are all looking for adventure. We 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 are all looking.
Well, hi guys, and welcome back to my van build. In this video we're going to make a start at taking out these pillars back here. So we're going to take these two out here because that's where I want to put my bed, and I've got a little universal window to fit at the back there. So the plan today is to take them out on that side there, which is the driver's side, and we'll also take them out on the passenger side, and then we'll go ahead and fit the window. Well, once that window's fitted up there on both sides, we'll then decide what we're going to do next, because I'm still waiting for a few parts to turn up. So let's go ahead and make a start on taking these pillars out. So the first thing that we want to do is see if we can drill out some of these spot welds that hold them on. So it's just held on in the four corners by spot welds, and then a silicone on the back as well. So these are put in here to stop the metal from rattling too much. So I'm going to go ahead now and drill out some of these spot welds. So that's them spot welds drilled out on this pillar, and I've done the bottom ones on that one. So I'm just going to go ahead now and see how easy this pulls off. There you go guys, once you've drilled out them spot welds, it comes off quite easily. So that's the first one. This adhesive that they've used is, I don't know what it is, but it's quite foamy and it's quite brittle. I'll just get a screwdriver, I might need to give that one a knock. Right, so I just went ahead and got myself an old screwdriver that I use for just banging things in and out with. I wouldn't use a screwdriver as a chisel, they're not recommended, but this is an old one, so we should be fine. Second one off. So that's both of them ones off, so now I'm just going to see if I can scrape some of this foamy type silicone they put on off. Well, that actually scraped off quite easily, so I'm now going to take the other two off on the other side, which is the passenger side. There's one more off, so we've got one more to go. There's another one off. So I'm now just going to go and scrape that silicone off of that side. Right, so now I've got them off and all the silicone, I'm now just going to give them a bit of a wipe down to get rid of all the muck that's on there. So now I've wiped all that down, guys, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mark out where the windows are going to go on each side, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. So I'll just grab one of the windows to show you what windows I've got. So these are the windows I've got. These are little universal ones. I've got one for each side. Yeah, pretty much one for each side really. So these are going to go around here on both sides of the van. One this side, one the other side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make up a template and draw it out on here, and then we cut that out and put it in. Hopefully it goes alright. So to make this template, all I'm going to do is draw around the piece of glass, and then I'm going to take a little measurement and go from there. Oh guys, a little tip for you. Whenever you get any deliveries with big boxes, keep hold of them because you're going to need them to make templates. Right, so there's my template, guys. So it's a little bit small, but I'd rather it being too small than too big because we can always open it out a little bit afterwards. So I'm now going to put this up on the wall there and measure it up on where we want it and mark everything out before we start doing any sort of cutting. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, so that's our window marked out on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill a pilot hole in these two corners and then check the measurements outside, because it shouldn't really just go on one measurement from the inside. So I'm just going to drill 2 pilot holes and check it outside. It's too late now, guys. I've just put 2 holes in the van. So fingers crossed this is going to work out. But I'm just going to go outside and check their measurements and then we'll move on outside. Right, them measurements outside are spot on. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to take the camera outside and we're going to draw our template on the outside wall there, and hopefully we cut it out okay. So I'll catch you up in a sec once I've set up. Right, so guys, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw some pilot holes ready for the jigsaw. Now I apologise for the angle of the camera. There's a bit of sunlight reflected off the van, so I apologise in advance for the video. So I'm just going to go ahead now and drill out these pilot holes. So that's the pilot holes drilled, so I'm now going to go and set up my jigsaw. But one thing I would recommend is that you use masking tape around where you're going to cut. But unfortunately, I thought I had masking tape, but I haven't. So I'm just going to have to be a little bit careful. But I am planning later on to possibly repaint the van because it's a bit patchy in some places. So I'm just going to go and set up my jigsaw and I'll catch up with you in a minute. Right, I've got my jigsaw ready, guys. A little bit of advice for you. Don't be a muppet like me and forget some metal blades. I think this is a wood blade, so I'm going to give it a go anyway. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to go to the shops and buy a metal blade. So let's just give it a go. It's a wood blade. I'll have one more check in my garage to see if I've got a metal blade. If not, I'm gonna have to pop out. That was lucky, guys. I found some, so I'm just gonna change this blade and then carry on. Right, let's give it another go. Not having any good luck, guys. A dead battery. Things are just not working out right now. That's 2 dead batteries. I'm going to go and get the electric one. Right guys, so I've just gone and get my electric jigsaw out now, and I've taken the base plate off. This is something I watched on another YouTube channel called Mel's Big Van Small Weld, I think it's called. Yeah, Mel's Big Van Small Weld. Check him out, he's a pretty good guy, and he's pretty funny as well. So I'm going to try what he says by taking the base off when cutting sheet metal by just using the wheel on the jigsaw. So I'm going to give it a go, see what happens. Right guys, so I've got a battery jigsaw and an electric jigsaw. Unfortunately the electric jigsaw is completely had it, so I'm going to have to go in with this. It's not the ideal thing to use, but I've got a hole in the van, I've got no choice. So I'm just going to be very gentle and carry on with this. So fingers crossed this works out okay. Right guys, we now have a hole in the van. Using this worked out better than I thought, so I've just got to clean it up. I'm going to do a dry fit with the window and then clean it up a bit with a sanding disc on it. So guys, I'll just cut that out with an angle grinder because my jigsaw was playing up. The battery went on the battery one. I've just done a dry fit of the window and it fits absolutely perfect. It's not the neatest job, but by the time I've got the window in and put all the edging trim on, it should be fine. So I might just go ahead with that and then charge up my batteries ready for doing the other side. But it's just started to rain now, so I'm just going to move the camera inside and I'm going to try and cover this hole up until it stops raining, and then I'm going to fit the window. So I'll catch you in a minute. Oh guys, bit of a dilemma. Saw me cutting the holes out for the windows, the little windows on the side of the van. Managed to cut them out both sides. Got the red oxide round, well cutted, fired them all flat, ready. Just about to put the primer on to fit the windows, and the heavens opened up. It absolutely chucked it down. So that put an end to that. So I covered them up with a bag. Stopped raining in the evening, so I went back out during the evening. I didn't film it because it was pretty dark and late. It was about 8:30 in the evening when I went out and fitted them. So unfortunately guys, you didn't get to see me fit them. It's now Saturday. We have a bit of sun. We're predicted to have a bit of the sun most of the day today. A little bit windy, but that should be fine. So let's go ahead and make a start on these windows. There we go. Okay guys, that's all the primer put around the windows now. This is the last window I've got to do, so once they're all done and that one's on, I'll show you what it looks like. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, so that's it guys, all the windows are now in. So I'm just going to leave that overnight before I take the tape off. So that's the driver's side done. The large window. There's the little one there, the universal one we put on the back. I've just had a little bit of an accident with the silicone on that one, so I'll have to clean that up when it's dry. So that's the driver's side. Here's the passenger side. That's the one on the sliding door, and there's the universal one on the back. So that'll be it for this week's guys. So I'll see you next week. Bye.
Smile upon my face, 'cause there's excitement in the chase, this I know. Yeah, I'm going for the ride and find myself, I am alive and I soar. Still I run to